shot I was about to be talking about in this video shoot, and particularly for this evening I want to branch out a little bit and maybe not be silly in this particular session myself recording. I'm gonna be relating to something not too particularly meaningful, but I'll be relating to something, because on a bunch of my videos here that I made in a while I haven't revealed actually something just meaningful, being relevant or being irrelevant, whatever, just arbitrary video shoots that follow in a row, and that's how it's planned, how it's been planned, I should say, in the first place, and it hasn't been out of that way of thinking, learning, whatever, advancing, speaking, particularly speaking, because this space is specifically oriented for the purpose of speaking, and it's pretty just maybe a simplest invention of mine, but as I notice in my personal life tracker, wise things and deep things, they're all just simple, and simplicity is the mother of whatever subject that would be. Simplicity is the mother of learning, simplicity is the mother of reliability, simplicity is the mother of any wisdom, is my perception as it goes. And I was gonna say, I was at sea no later than yesterday, if you believe me. Believe me or not, I was there at Azov Sea, at that seashore, either our resorts here on Azov Sea and Azov Sea, and I was there, and I did what? I snorkeled, I was roaming around, we were just nothing doing. I was roaming around, relishing the nicest vicinities ever, and I was just cutting directions back and forth. I was just zooming there, zooming back way to the location I was previously, and I was just doing a lot of crazy things. I was just getting around, walking, not talking, maybe thinking a little bit about how I'm gonna advance, what I'm gonna do, and how I'm gonna do the things I'm gonna do, and stuff that goes along these lines, you know what I'm saying. And then I snorkeled, I dived, the water was pretty cold, around 20 degrees above zero. I was barely able to go into the water, but I did, because following 400 kilometers with no diving, no no swimming, no going to the water, it sounds like pretty silly thing, even for me with my silly head here. And just maybe it's not as silly as I think, as I used to think, as I'm got used to be talking about my head. Maybe it's not, at least it's not silly to that extent that I think. And I kind of like self-deprecating humor, and why not to use my self-deprecating piece of humor, and I'm using it right now, as say in this video shoot. And see this plugin stuff that I'm wielding, I'm holding with my arms right now, with my left arm, and is my microphone, living a pretty happy life on some side of my headphones, and that's for better sound, and for better sound of my own, to be in this video shoot that I'm creating right now. And guys, I'm all happiness. I cannot even tell you how it was at Azov Sea, and the water was that way that I reported you already, and the air temperature was just right, as they say, as many Americans say, it just hits the spot. It hit the spot, I should say, at the time, just around 28, 29, 27 degrees above zero. Just comforted me a lot, and I even just had some tone on my back, on my skin. I had kind of like nicest sun tone, like I turned slightly like brownish color in comparison how it was previously. I was all white, and I'm still is, and I'm happy. I'm a white person. I'm not a racist here. Maybe I am. I don't know. Who knows? I'm a sexist. Maybe I'm not. Who cares? Do you care about whether I'm sexist or racist? I should say that it's more like your personal stuff, that then people jump, they just protest, they do whatever, just protesting against humiliating someone's rights and whatever, women's rights and their black people's rights, and I'm just pretty personal creature, I should say, as is, and I'm not about be convincing someone else into my opinions, and I've never done that. If you've noticed, for the whole bunch of videos that I've made here, I only practice my American, I speak American, I live American, and I breathe American, I should say. And it's more like, it's not my separate native or not native language those days. In my life it came that feeling that I'm dissolved there, and I want to dissolve myself in more my deepest American is in the way that I only can, that I'm only able to do, I should say. And what I was gonna say, so I was there and I dived, I was sunbasking, I was just laying on the ground, literally slumping, nothing doing, relishing the scenery, relishing later on during evening, I was relishing the skyline, the sunset and living creatures on the surface of the sea, like seagulls, jellyfish, and I saw a lot of jellyfish, I should say, not a lot, just maybe 3 exhibits of those. Maybe they were dead. I don't know how to differ those jellyfish being alive or dead. They just were on the almost on the water line, just maybe they were sunbasking or laying in the water. Who knows those lives of those jellyfish. So I saw jellyfish, I saw seagulls, I saw little like little catfish. It's not like catfish, it's like these big, like very tiny little ones like resembling catfish, and I don't know their names. They were pretty ubiquitous on those seashores of Azov Sea, inside Azov Sea, I should say, on the seashores. Those beach gals, beach boys, they are ubiquitous on the seashores, but those tiny little catfish, they're ubiquitous in Azov Sea instead of being on the seashore, because they cannot live without water. As me, I have to sip some water again in order to soothe my aching throat and my aching soul, I should say, in my dry mouth, which is more important to me at the moment. One Native American left, one Native American came, and Brian left. I'm all sadness about that Brian left, and I noticed that as soon as I try to become friends with some Native American, he leaves, and just how the life goes. No can do. I hope we'll have I will have new, and we will have new friends at our Native American practice spot. And when I did arrive, actually, I just saw him passing in the hall. I saw him passing. I don't even know his name now. Maybe I will clear up at our just get together and come and get together as soon as I come there. I hope I will. Anyways, I want to just to be very honest with you and say that I haven't had enough sleep for the recent 48 hours. I should say. I was expecting my journey into the seashore, and I wasn't having sleep at all last night. Not previous night, the night before previous one. I hadn't had the sleeper at all. I was just not up all the way. I was just laying in my bed but not having any sleep, because I was waiting for the time to come to hit the road, to go to the bus station and to have my journey to the seashore, and I did, because I haven't slept. And this last night I was pretty just I was just out all the night. I was just having some cool dreams because of not having sleep that previous night, and I was just fell asleep. I just fell asleep. Yes, I fell asleep just very easily. I was just like started zoning out while following footages on YouTube, and I almost like felt that I'm gonna fall and hit my forehead against my table, my nicest table, and I was deciding just go to sleep, and I did, because I don't want to hit my forehead against my nicest table over here. If you've been with me, then thanks again for participating in my live and probably not following my footages here. And I'm all content about making those, because it's more related to speaking in my American, in which I'm pretty seamless speaking at the moment, because I've contributed a lot to my speaking, and I've done what I've done, and you can be with me if you want, if you will. I'll be all just happiness about observing you making something similar to the things that I do here on my channel, particularly this channel called Dive into Free English, which I'm proud of to be calling it myself, and I called it myself. And practice. Who stops you from doing that? No one stops you from doing that. Only you and your American. Be good, be just happy, whatever, wake up, chill from the lesson, have a nice sleep, and come in night, and everything else that goes along these lines, that falls along these lines, say pleasure, practice, bye.